He lost 340,000 to a crypto scam. Such cases are on the rise. And evidently, this gentleman was 74 years old. Name was Anam Lansman. And what happened is that he was contacted by a scammer. And the scammer started asking about vacation and families, and they were both from the former Soviet Union, I guess, but basically trying to become buddy. And then eventually, the scammer asked him for like $500, send me 500 in crypto. And then next time, more 500, et cetera. And after a while, it just starts to add up. And, I'm telling you guys about this stuff because this is a true story. Today, I got contacted by a scammer via Facebook. I want to show you this. They were actually posing as one of my Brown professors, a true story. And I knew it was a scam because it was kind of weird that this professor, her main account, Facebook account was still open, yet this like new account was made with no friends and no posts or anything like that. And this is what they said. They said, "Hello, how are you doing?" It was at 9 a.m. "Hey, Chris, how are you doing?" And I answered with a question mark because I knew it was a scam. I was just kind of curious what they were going to say. And I said, "Do you need something?" They said, "Can you help me out?" And I said, "What do you need?" "Can you help me out $500? I'm like, "Oh, how do you need me to send it to you?" Because I was kind of curious. It was the crypto scam. And they said, "Can you help me get Steam Wallet gift cards, $500 each?" And I actually did not know this was a thing, that scammers want Steam gift cards. So be careful out there. And maybe $500 is sort of the amount. It was interesting, too. It tied to the story that I just shared with you about the guy who lost 240,000, where he was first asked for $500. Maybe it's the same person. Who knows? And I bring this up because there's just a lot of scams out there. And this is also a true story. Another old gentleman, Stockbox, you don't know who it is, but he's older, probably older than me, but you never know. But he is actually, true story, going to be selling tokens on his channel.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Let's start today with a special announcement. I have exciting news. I've made the decision to allow my viewers to share in my channel's revenue. If you are 18 or older and would like to invest into the channel, this is going to be your opportunity. I will be teaming up with Gigastar to create CRTs. These CRTs are known as channel revenue tokens. They will be run on the blockchain. And so if this is something that is piquing your interest, I do suggest you click the link down below and learn more about it. It is official, and it's a legally binding securities offering under crowdfunding regulations CF. Now, I can't go over the terms and conditions here, but if you are interested, you'd like to see the video I made about that and going over all those terms and conditions, you can click the link down below to learn more about it.
And if you know Sockmo, he has a cat called Tesla Cat, and he's literally selling Tesla Cat tokens. So it's funny because on my channel, I actually make jokes about these kind of things, but like people actually do it. It's going to be $60 for the gold, $240 for the platinum, and $960 for the diamond if you want to get a token. CRT is what they call this thing. Part of Stockmo's ownership of the channel is what he's selling, and it's pretty ludicrous. And one thing that I wanted to share with you as well, there's this gentleman, he is a video game YouTuber, and he talks about spending money on video games. So let me play that for you here.
I have lost a total of $6,000 to one major mistake. I had a bit of a funny story for you. It's painful for me. It might be funny for you. You see, if you've been watching me a while, you know the original YouTube channel I had is Darth Microtransaction, and what we actually did was cover mobile games, okay? Primarily mobile games, and you can see here I played a game called Exos Heroes. Literally spent thousands of dollars in this game. The joke was on me because they shut it down in May of this year, and any of the characters I bought, any of the progress I had made, all of that went right into the dumpster because the game no longer even exists. And I went out of my way to tell my audience, you should be careful when spending money on these games. I was basically stupid once again. But here's where the joke really just doubles down on me. And the point that I want to make today, look at this. This game, which is not even that old, these videos are as of a year ago, Marvel Future Revolution will shut down on August 25th, 2023. They are literally closing the doors on another one. So this is not one video game that I've spent literally thousands on. It's two video games within the last 3 years that have taken basically my money for me giving it to them and then just turned the game off. Literally turned the game off. All of the money that has gone into this game is now completely deleted.
So as you can see, the basic gist of it is that he spends a heck of a lot of money on video games. It's like thousands of dollars. The title of the video was like $6,000. And it's funny, because for me, and I'm sure you have as well, I have definitely spent money on video games, not this much, full disclosure, not this much. And I would not advise this to anyone. Now, in his situation, this is actually his job, right? So he's investing in his channel by investing in whatever game. And then literally we just go in and we watch like video game porn, essentially. Like, oh my God, look at this guy spending $1,000 on a video game. But as what happened to him, as you heard from his description, is that basically the games turn off, right? Because games don't necessarily last forever. And if you know this is actually a real thing. I remember, I think it was the Blizzard when World of Warcraft first came out, where like, or it might have been the first Diablo, and you guys can correct me in the comments, but I remember seeing in the news where like people were, playing the game and you get like really, really powerful item or something like that, and you could sell said items for like thousands of dollars. And so, in some regard, yes, there is a possibility you're going to make money on said things, but this guy does have some advice regarding video games. I want to play this for you.
The cosmetics and the microtransactions are a huge point of contention for people. And I'm not here to tell you whether or not transactions should be allowed. I have microtransaction in the name of my username. What I'm here to tell you today is that I have learned the lesson not once, but twice now, that if you decide to go down the route of basically any game and you put a ton of money into it, even if you're doing it for work, at some point that game is going to either shut down, you will get bored of the game. What I'm saying is the money will be consumed.
So I wanted to share that because his point of view is really funny regarding video games, where he spends money on it because it's an investment for him, essentially get people to watch his YouTube channel, and that's sort of how he makes money. But essentially he's saying for regular people, like if you're not a big YouTuber or whatever, don't be spending all this money on a game, because that money is essentially going to be gone when the game closes. And I'm sure you guys know this has actually been a real big problem with video game community, with all the microtransactions. Essentially what it is, you're buying for cosmetics. It doesn't actually change the your play, although some games are pay to win, which is another problem as well. And I do want to say though that I have no problem with if you like a game, you're having fun, you want to support the developers, but I think everything in moderation, right? So if you don't have that extra $1,000 laying around, don't be throwing a video game that's going to be gone. It's essentially just burning your money. And I think this really reminds me of the crypto world, right? There's a lot of people out there that are heavily invested in these things, and for them, the world that we live in now, I think it is like a video game for them. Maybe it's enjoyable for them to write and comment and say, oh, my doggy coin is going to go to the moon, or in this case of the stock, my kitty CRT coin, Tesla cat thing is going to go to the moon, etc. And I feel like in the YouTube verse, and you guys, I do this every day, because I put a few Tesla videos out there, and it's funny because you got these sort of cult member Tesla people, and to them, I honestly think it's like a game/sports team where they need their team to win, and they like to play the game on like typing in comments as part of playing the game, and so I put these warnings out there for you, because I know for those of you who watch my channel, you're a little bit more experienced, you're a little more seasoned, and you're wise to these kind of scams, right? If someone contacts you on social media and says, hey, send me $500, no problem, I'll be your friend. Don't do it. It's a scam. Or someone poses as me doing said thing. Don't do it. It's a scam, because you'll see that as well. People pose as other people. And part of why I warn you as well is the same way that your crypto bros or Tesla bros or whatever penny stock bro is writing comments on YouTube. Be careful out there, because there are people like, say, a Stockmo, who will literally sell you worthless Tesla cat tokens for money, and you will lose everything the same way that the guy playing the video game essentially loses all of his money when the video game shuts down. These kind of things don't last forever, and essentially what people are trying to do is, like, for example, Stockmo, he's trying to cash out before the party's over, because I think he sees the party ending. Moreover, I want to point this out to you regarding party ending. There's an interesting story about Robinhood. You can see here, it says, leaked audio reveals deeper cuts at Robinhood as an engineering boss exits. And it was funny because if you remember, I don't know, was it 2 years ago already, where Robinhood was all the rage, and like, everyone was like on their phones and stuff like that. And it seemed like they just kept growing like users like crazy, right? Look how these things end. And just take this as a word of caution with any of this kind of sort of fad hype stuff, be your AI, be your tokens, your crypto, this kind of stuff, is that these kind of things come and go. And the older that you are, you've seen it before. As you guys know, I said less experienced people have seen it, but the younger people have it. And that's sort of why I put these warnings out for you and examples, because I just want you to know that the risks are very real with this stuff. and take everything with a grain of salt that you see and read on the internet, and you sort of try your best to gain experience and manage your risk as best you can. So be careful out there, and don't necessarily buy into all the hype all the time. So thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video.